Alright, so this is a recording for Virtual Pony's blog. This is Talking Mongoose, aka Liz. I'm also here with my friend Carly,
Hi.
Who is the special guest. You will find out why soon enough. And then I am also here with Beauty Girl 1510, aka Heather.
Why did you drag me here?
Because you weren't willing. So right now we're going to be talking because of a little piece of theater that includes horses, specifically fake horses, which makes it appropriate for the blog, known as Equus. And wahoo! Yes, very infamous. And I'm going to warn everyone already. This is going to include very controversial materials. It is going to be mature, rated R. Exactly. No censoring is going to be happening. If you're a young child and you're watching this, turn back now. And if you end up watching it anyway, do not have your parents get angry at me because you're the one who clicked the play button. It's your own dumb fault. So.
Yeah, right?
Alright. So anyways, I have brought up on Wikipedia the excerpt for Equus. And the summary is, Equus is a play by Peter Schaeffer, written in 1973, telling the story of a psychiatrist who attempts to treat a young man who has a pathological religious/sexual fascination with horses.
Oh.
So that's the basis of the plot, and it was originally made in the 70s, but in 2009, Carly and I ended up going to see the play in New York, and this was basically the redo of it where they had Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter, as the main character. And it also had the man who played Uncle Dursley as the psychiatrist. So Carly and I ended up going to New York. We almost ended up missing it because we took the wrong train.
Did you really?
Did we really?
Yeah, I know. We got on
the schedule I gave you?
Yes. No, because we got on
You
the
tried
train.
so hard to get us there.
So we made it. We made it. And what ended up happening is we ran into this very charming Australian while we were waiting in line. We went there was a giant billboard with, a tastefully censored, almost naked Daniel Radcliffe with, like, his top torso and then his body, like, from the nipples down, turning into a horse's head.
Right? Yeah.
What? Yes, that's the poster.
You didn't know horses had nipples for eyes? I
didn't know they had Daniel Radcliffe's nipples for heads.
I thought you were an equine major. You were supposed to study this stuff. Horse Anatomy 101.
So, what ended up happening is the guy's standing there, and this lovely...
The horse head?
Standing there in a horse head, right?
The Australian has this lovely accent who's saying, like, oh, crikey, look at him, we can just reach out and grab him, and... he made it so much more entertaining. He gave us a Steve Irwin impression. We couldn't have asked for more. And we were sitting near him when we entered the theater.
He was very nice.
He was very nice. And we had probably the cheapest seats in the entire thing.
Well,
so
we were college kids.
College
We're
kids.
still poor. This is 2 years later.
Don't talk about it.
So, two of us in the back, in the way back
section.
Just high altitude. You need to bring an oxygen mask just to make it up there.
Binoculars.
Get a Sherpa. The interesting thing with the stage, though, is the stage wasn't really a stage. It was just didn't really have decoration. It just had, like, boxes.
It was like black box theater. It was just very, very plain. Very
minimal.
Dark. Yeah.
And then there were, like, grates on the ground that they had. And the only other thing was they had actual horse stalls. They would put the horses in, and I will admit, the horses with quotations. So I will fully admit that I was very naive when I first wanted to see this because I thought there were actual horses in this. I thought it was something like Cavalia.
And here's the thing, I was really hoping that there weren't horses, because I'm about as far from an equine major as you get.
And Carly got her wish.
I did. There were men in horse outfits, which goes back to my fetish. Just kidding.
So very, very ripped men in horse outfits. And the reason why I thought there were horses is because, like, all the advertisements had Daniel Radcliffe, like, all over this gorgeous gray horse.
True.
And so we went there, and then I found out that it wasn't really real horses, it was more Zoomanity S&M kind of a thing going on.
And that worked for Liz anyway.
They were pretty. I will admit, they were very nice.
They had, like, these metal hoofs, right?
Yes,
on their feet.
They had metal hooves that were strapped onto it, and they would, and they had, like, the giant metal horse head cages. And they would keep their arms behind their back, and, like, their torso would be the horse's neck.
Did they have tails, too?
I think they had tails, yeah. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Let's just say that they had tails.
Alright, I'm trying to find names on Wikipedia right now, and it's not really working. So
Names of the horses?
no, names of the characters. I'm just gonna call them Daniel Radcliffe / Harry Potter and Uncle Dursley. Richard Griffiths was Uncle Dursley, I think. I think it is. So, what ends up happening, as we said in the beginning, it's the psychiatrist who is taking in Daniel Radcliffe, who is apparently this 17-year-old boy who blinded a bunch of horses with hoof picks in their eyes, like massively attacked them. Thank goodness this is a play, because if that was real life, that would suck.
So
And
blinded them because he wanted to have sex with them?
we're
We're
getting
getting to that.
So,
Oh, crap.
yeah, so obviously he's mentally disturbed.
Didn't he
definitely.
keep singing a song?
Yes, Milky Bars.
Milky Bars. Can you sing it for me?
All I know is that it's like something bar Milky Bars, and he says it in the British tone and everything.
He's not that great of a singer.
No,
Either that or he's a very good actor for a very bad singer.
Yeah, so he's talking to the psychiatrist, but he's not really talking to the psychiatrist. He's just saying like jingles for candy, and he's avoiding having any actual psychiatry going on to him. And meanwhile, the guy is just like, what the crap did he do to these horses? I
do
don't
that
get it. And also Daniel Radcliffe had facial hair in the play. He had a little bit of facial hair.
I was too
fuzz.
far back to see.
And it was also interesting because I'll get to this later. He actually smokes on stage, so children
right.
do not take this incarnation of Daniel Radcliffe as a role model. Don't smoke.
And
do
don't
drugs.
run around naked.
Don't
and
do it.
Don't run
kill
around naked.
horses.
Don't hurt horses.
Well, I don't care if you're running around naked. Just don't smoke and don't kill horses.
Yes.
Don't run around naked.
Naked's
so Carly
the most,
can see you.
Yeah, it's the most natural thing in the world. So I've been
No,
told.
Carly, don't take your shirt off!
I'm just trying to get more in the mood.
I am going to remind everyone this is rated mature. If there is any children who have made it this far, go back now. It gets worse.
now.
Turn it off! Take me with you! So,
Harry Potter.
I'm gonna have to edit out so much of this from laughing. So, Dumbledore!
Dumbledore. It's a pipe bomb.
I can't breathe.
Anyway.
Alright, so anyway,
So the play is about.
Is it over yet?
so they find out a little bit more about his parents. They talk to,
Find out a little bit more about his penis. Oh wait, we're not there yet?
You thought I was bad.
Who gave me soda?
Bad Heather. The mother is like this really uber religious person, and the
That's right,
father.
she was a bitch, right?
Yes, she was a horrible person, and the father is like this atheist paper magazine producer, right? Not like doesn't write. He makes the paper and like posters, and he got I think angry at the wife for putting a portrait of Jesus in Daniel Radcliffe's room.
That's right.
And,
You
yeah.
would see it every day,
You'd
right?
see it every
And he would
day.
Be, drawn to the portrait and
Yeah.
very spiritual about it, right?
And he was confused because he was conflicted about like the religiousness from his mother and the anti-religion from his dad, but then his dad replaced the picture of Jesus with
Horses.
with a horse poster, specifically of a horse head with like these giant eyes. And apparently replacing Jesus with a horse means start worshiping the horse instead of Jesus.
Well, obviously the kid probably had something a little wrong with him to begin
Yes.
with.
Yeah, so that was
Well, yes, if he
interesting.
runs around naked.
Just a bit. So
Someone replaced my Jesus portrait with the Spice Girls.
yeah. That explains so much of your early
I know,
childhood. No, so
If you want to be my lover.
oh my God, Spice World the movie.
No! No ass cheeks!
No.
No ass cheeks.
Well, plenty of ass cheeks. This is Equus. So what ended
So
up?
he started worshipping the horses.
Yeah. Oh, and then you had that incident at the beach where he met the guy who was riding the horse.
Wild horse.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the guy who plays the horse that he has an infatuation with was also the guy who played the guy riding the horse, only he wasn't actually riding a horse. It was just him, kind of doing the Monty Python thing where he's pretending to ride a horse. Yes, 2 coconut halves put together. And
Whoa, Patsy.
So what goes on is like he meets the guy as he's like this little kid and he's making a sandcastle, and the guy says, "Hey, would you like to have a ride?" And then there's this guy
Yes,
on sir. He's giving Daniel Radcliffe a piggyback ride on his back.
That's right.
And it's hysterical because again he's pretending to be on a horse. The parents find out, and the dad's like angry. And he's like, get the kid down there, and he ends up like falling off the horse, and so he's even more messed up because then that makes him want horses more. Like not really, like they say it's in a sexual way. I don't think it's a sexual way because there's no actual like bestiality. There's just kind of like body worship. It's
And
weird.
then in the audience you hear,